All right, I'm recording. So last meeting, um, you guys have done so well. It's been
So
such a
good.
great last 8 weeks. I can't believe it's already been 8 weeks. It's been so fun. Really eager to see kind of the polish you put on the app in the last week. So looking forward to the demo. And then we'll do a retro of kind of a wrap up retro, and then what else, Stacey? Do you want to talk about the survey at all?
Sure, I can do that now. I can do that at the end. I can do it whenever. I'll do it now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to kind of like keep a finger on the pulse of how we can improve and what people are gaining from the experience. So we've put together a pre, which we've missed the time for that, a pre and a post satisfaction survey. So after the call, I'm going to email you all the post satisfaction survey so you can fill it out and we can get a better idea of how things went. It's totally anonymous, so tell us what you're really feeling.
Yeah, and we'll use that information to help improve it for future cohorts and stuff. So be honest, be brutal if you have to. Yeah, really looking for that feedback.
Yes.
That's brave. My place of employment officially stopped doing anonymous surveys because the last time they did it, they said it was hurtful.
Oh,
did it hurt management's
I think
feelings?
It did.
That's too bad.
It's sad. I felt bad.
Wow. All right. Well, we have Stacey has the courage to make it anonymous.
I've heard bad things before. I'll hear them again.
All right. So should we jump into the demos?
We should. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Who's gonna demo?
We didn't have. They were all working on tests, and I was asleep. And I don't know. Do you guys have? How do you want to do it?
Dear. We kind of all did it together. I mean, we took out, like, originally we each had our own part, but we kind of all worked on everything.
Is it merged?
That's cool.
It's not, no. I think we want to probably figure out those tests before we merge it. It's just I think those last couple.
That stupid banana coming and going, right?
It's funny.
Well, cool. If you just want to do one, that's fine. Like one person will show and you all kind of want to talk about it. That's the way it went. Then
want me to screen share and I can show the home view that I spent most of my time on, and then you guys can just like tell me where to click and talk about. Yeah.
That sounds good.
I will. Sharing.
Look,
okay.
Nice. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
Wow. All right. What's this?
This is our home page, and they can all tell you as well, but we did color scheme together, and obviously the font we had set, and we did background effects together, all that stuff.
That's so cool.
Great. So proud.
I've been looking all over. Like I spent probably about 5 hours on it last night, and after looking over the app over and over, like I think it all looks really dope. I'm proud of what we did. On the home screen, which is the one that I did the most work on, spent most of my time on, was okay, I guess this is one thing. You can open up a house at work and you can see.
Oh, nice. Help.
I love it.
Little bits of ideas.
I feel like that's what Andrew always wanted. Never got.
Forgot. Well, he has it now.
So good.
And then I also added this just kind of at the last minute, like information to take you to the Collab Lab so they can find out more.
Oh.
It's so good.
And I think Claudia found this illustration. We found some good illustrations, and that was pretty awesome.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So next level.
So if I join a list here, then someone else can take over because we now can see different stuff.
Yeah, this is pretty much my part. So what did I do? Well, we put the textured background in there. So we could have like mostly white with like just splashes of color here and there. And then I took out the view more button, because before you used to have to hover on one of the items and then it would like pop up the view more button, but that was not good for accessibility, so took it out. And then can you show them the smaller screen view?
Yeah.
Please. There it is.
So the colors,
good.
the saturation of the color indicates how soon you need to buy it?
Yeah, so it has a different tint of yellow, depending on pretty soon or whatever.
That's cool.
So if you scroll all the way down, you should be able to see. Oh, I guess we don't have any of the inactive items. Yeah.
How would I make an inactive? Oh yeah.
You have to go in the
get
database.
Firebase, right?
Yeah.
Just go to your change your token. Just go to week 6 test. That's what I keep using because it has so many different items.
Was it just week 6?
The word.
Yeah, SIX.
The word 6.
Yeah.
Plural or singular?
Just try it.
Look at all that stuff.
There it is.
Ah, nice.
Oh, great.
That was smart to have a token for the
Ethan's brains are
the
inactive.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have imagined? That's been my suspicion for a long time now.
Yeah, no comment. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you all, like making changes and getting rid of stuff for accessibility purposes. So good.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
This is great. Yeah.
Such a cohesive design here. I love it.
I know.
Yeah. Great.
And actually, so just in the last week, you also made the switch from having the 4 different lists to having one consolidated list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think
that's
that
cool.
was it was.
And there's a legend too that actually explains all that too.
Yeah, kind of makes some sense of
Oh, wow.
Nice.
It looks
You
different.
did so much.
Surprise. Yeah, and I spent some time working on this one, and it has the share code if you keep scrolling down. And then also has the option for people to start over and do
That's
their.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what that looks like when it's in mobile view.
It actually just kind of takes over the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That works. Nice. I love it.
Awesome.
So good. Aw. This is great.
Michelle,
This
did
is,
you
like,
do add item
beautiful.
or item details? Or was it
Details.
both? Details? Do you want to do details next?
Sure.
But yeah.
I did very little here.
It's great.
It looks great.
Basically all I did was bring over, which actually Claudia ended up changing, but just the background color for the item will change based on what category it's in, so it will be cohesive with its list item.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
And I
Attention to
initially
detail.
brought it over through the parameters, but then Claudia found a way to bring it over through state.
Which is cool.
Clever, Claudia.
Which is currently giving us a lot of troubles on our test, but
Yeah.
Issues.
It broke our tests, but it's cool.
I don't think you did, Claudia. I think our test doesn't understand at all.
I don't know. I'm really intrigued. I want to know what the answer is. It's gonna bother me until we figure it out.
This is such a beautiful app. You all should be so proud. And like, if I can make a suggestion, because you have such a like visually pleasing app here, you should totally like get Loom on your machines and do like a total like product demo of this, and then go into the code and talk about like the accessibility of it all, and then stick that shit in your portfolios, because this is amazing and you should be really proud of it.
For sure.
So good.
Great suggestion.
And then I did some stuff in the add new item, not a ton, just to just change the colors. That way they matched kind of that same thing all the way through where we had the colors matching.
Nice.
And then change the field to match the one in the other in the shopping list view as well.
This
And
is
then I
great.
also did the join list thing as part of the process.
Oh, and then one thing I noticed is that when you do for the input, if you do input type search, it already, so if you type a couple letters, it already comes with like an X on there to delete your input instead of like having to actually create a button.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that, Claudia.
Yeah, just
Good
learned it.
job.
That was
Oh,
one thing
good.
that I
You should
thought
tweet
was
that.
whenever I had to do the this thing, I found out you can do it with just CSS and no JavaScript. So I did it just as a CSS exercise, and I thought that was
Nice.
crazy.
That makes Andrew very happy.
Oh yeah. Is that a details element by any chance?
It is a hidden checkbox.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Nice.
Details element. Now I'm guessing that's something else I'll have to look up because that sounds interesting.
Were you at my presentation at front end small talk when I talked about the details element?
Week was it?
I think it was the very first one.
Oh, well then maybe yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I can dig that up. Anyway,
right.
That's amazing.
Great work.
That's so good. It's so cool to just see it like totally transformed and like
Yeah.
extra features and help text and all this stuff all in 1 week. That's amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm so proud of
So proud.
Thanks.
Very, very
I
cool.
think everyone did awesome too.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
was
so
very proud.
awesome. Okay, well, with that beautiful demo of all times, I'm going to chat you the link to our retro. Where did my chat bubble go? Here it is. Here it comes in the chat. Okay, so it's going to be a retro like every other time where we talk about appreciations, what went well, and what prevented us from making progress, so that I guess at this point it's not much about us improving here, but so that you can take these things out into the world with you and learn from them and grow from them and teach other people about them. I also have a column on there that says, what's next for you? You don't have to be super verbose here, but I do want to take time at the end to kind of talk about what's next for everybody, what's, kind of like your next goal or what next thing you're trying to do, so that we can kind of see where everybody's at and see how we can support each other and kind of stay in touch and make sure we're out there like killing it and making the tech community so much better and amazing and being supportive of each other. So with that, it's 5:14 right now. Let's take 15 minutes to do all of this. Is that fair? Does that give us enough time to?
All right.
Good,
Okay.
good. Okay, let's go. Ready, set, go.
I already started.
Girl, follow the rules, please. Kidding. Okay. just a quick reminder that when you're done to drop done in the chat. That's all.
Is everybody done already besides me?
Not at all.
Okay.
All done, Mindy? Okay, cool. All right. We did it. Last retro. Now we have to talk about it. Okay, let me share my screen. Number one. Okay. Let's start with appreciations. Oh, right. There's an order and my chat went away. Somebody tell me the order.
Ethan starts.
Okay, cool. And I got my chat. Ethan, it's all you. Let me find you. There you are. Oh, I think that you're muted.
That big old microphone. There it is.
Yeah, it breaks sometimes. My appreciations are the whole team for coordinating together to come up with a cohesive style, make sacrifices and compromises, and keep polishing it up until the last minute. Andrew for starting this whole program because it's so awesome and it's been really fun, and Stacy and Alejandro for volunteering and helping us out so much and keep giving us advice and tutorials and stuff the whole way through. Super awesome.
So good.
And STC.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Whoa. Can you hear my kids?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Do
We're
they
very
like the
loud
app?
people.
Where do they get it? Where do they get it?
Okay. I appreciate you all for working so well as a team together. It's incredible. Like seeing you just collaborate and get on calls together and coordinate so well is so amazing. And I'm so proud. I love how transparent you all are with each other and how just kind of like openly you communicate. I feel like you've built a lot of trust through the program with each other, and you're just an amazing team. Like work so fluidly together, and it's been brilliant and amazing. I can't even. Okay. And to Alejandro and Andrew for being like super code review bosses, like so good at that. Code reviewing, as Andrew and Ale both know, is something that I'm terrified of for whatever reason. But I've learned so much just watching the way that you two code review and like manage that whole process. So I won't always be this way. So thank you for teaching me. Okay. I swear I'm going to get my chat pulled up and find out the order, but Andrew hit me.
Okay, Claudia. Yeah.
Okay. There you are.
Okay, so first, all the mentors who are creating this program and volunteering their time. It's just mind-blowing to me. Thank you so much. And just the knowledge and support to all of us, and all the other people, lucky junior developers that you're all gonna help. And then to the entire team of junior developers for making this process fun and supportive. I've learned so much from all of you. And then to everyone for making this a space where it feels safe to make mistakes and kind of let go of that imposter syndrome, which I feel like that's definitely helped me to do that.
That's great.
That's so good. Okay. Mindy.
Mindy, yeah.
Well, second all of that, so much so. I just wanted to also, mentors for so much encouragement and support. You guys have been amazing throughout this whole process, and just the fact that you're even doing it in the first place is awesome, and I love it. So huge shout out there. I feel like a shout out to Michelle because the last, like not this week, but the last 2 weeks, she got hit with kind of like the harder of the ACs, I think, from both weeks, and she just pushed through it and rocked through it, and it was great. And then Ethan, I feel like for this week in particular, you kind of took the lead in kind of getting us all together and following up with mentors about questions that we had and doing some of the logistics planning there. And that was great. So thank you for that. And then Claudia for taking the first steps in styling. I feel like what you did, I mean, you've been a design rock star, I feel like all the way through. Every time that you come up with a design thing, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks great. Like, I love that. And that's not something that I would have thought of. So it's just really cool to see. And that was like what we did this week was based off of her ideas with the shopping list page in the first place. And that was awesome. So thanks.
Well, thank you.
Good.
Cool.
Michelle.
I'm kind of an asshole and realized I forgot to thank the mentors on this one. So sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. But yeah, so thank Andrew and everybody for being part of this. Ethan, I want to give you the first shout out because you really took the lead on this week and like got us all together right away. Thought about like just doing everything on the same branch was really smart. I like that. everyone kicking serious butt on design. I'm awful at it. It gives me anxiety. So you guys taking the lead on that really helped me a lot. And I was like, cool, I'll just flow with how they're doing it. And then these tests last minute, like us just like really all trying to commit to getting it done. Like I saw all the chats going on earlier or I saw it afterwards between Mindy and Claudia working on it. It's just really working on trying to finish it up, even though it's the last week, not quitting.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Okay.
Cool.
Andrew.
Mine's pretty simple. I just appreciate all of y'all's hard work the whole time. I mean, it's been really fun. It's been a great group to work with, both mentors and participants. So I'm gonna miss meeting with all of you every week. I'll see some of you around the Portland meetup scene, but hopefully we'll all keep in touch through the Slack or whatever other means. But yeah, just appreciate everything you put into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Woo. Ale.
All right. So let's see. Michelle, Ethan, Claudia, and Mindy, you did a fantastic job. Like, it is amazing all that you have learned. And this app, like this demo, it was like mind blowing. So I'm so thankful for being part of this journey. So, oh my God, my cat. Sorry about that. And and also, Andrew and Stacy, thanks for being the best teammates I could have ever asked for. You're amazing. Yeah, you're supportive, and yeah, you have my back all the time. So I'm really thankful for that.
Aww.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to what went well, starting with Ethan.
Okay, things I thought. I wonder if I'm unmuted this time. I am unmuted this time. Things are going
I hear
well.
you loud and clear.
Things are looking up. I said meeting with the whole team right off the bat to talk about styles. I guess part of what I was thinking with this one is you could either let the future teams figure this out on their own or maybe kind of suggest it. But I bet with us anyway, we would have ended up with like a patchwork quilt of 4 different, crazy different things if we hadn't kind of changed the approach for this week. And it ended up working really well. Managing to keep a single Git branch straight for better or for worse. There was definitely a couple of times where I pulled and I made a few changes and tried to push, and someone else made some changes already. But we managed to work through all that, and so that's cool. And I really thought one thing that really went well was everyone considering the responsive or mobile design throughout the whole process of designing it. We didn't necessarily do mobile first and then move on, but kind of cohesively designed both things at once. And it wasn't like a rush in the end to try to get a mobile version that looked okay. So I thought all that went well.
So good. Stacy, you're up. Let me find. Okay. Your team has the tightest demos of all times, and they're so great. Like, you've improved so much there, and you're just such an amazing team. It's so solid. It's so amazing. This design looks fantastic. I'm really impressed that that's where your brains went. Like, let's design this and come up with something cool and unique. Because in my mind, anytime I'm given a project, I'm like, how is it supposed to be? How was it done before? I'm just gonna see how it's done before and do it like that. So that you came up with this whole new brilliant thing on your own that looks incredible is super impressive. That went really well. Let's see. Oh, and you all communicate so efficiently in Slack and PRs now. So much growth, so amazing. I love it. Great job. Claudia.
Yeah. Let's see what I said. I love that we all got to work together this week, share ideas and support each other. And I love that we got the opportunity to transform our app into our own vision. And it turned out beautiful.
Okay, Mindy. Let me see. There you go.
Actually, I feel like this has already all been talked about, but I'll just say it out loud again. I think the beginning of the week was great because it got us all on the same page. We communicated a lot in Slack, and that was really, really good. And it looks really good. We did a great job.
So good. Michelle.
Claudia, like when you found that website for the illustration, I thought that was really dope and like something that I feel like all of us are also going to use more. So I thought that was really cool. Kind of, I didn't expect you to like drop that because I thought we were cool with the other thing, and you did, and I was like, oh, that's radish.
You can
Sorry,
thank
I cuss a
Andrew
lot, guys.
for
I'm super
that.
sorry.
In fact, I actually got that from something that Andrew shared in the Learning Together.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
That list of resources. Yeah, I was going to ask where you got that, but yeah.
So thank Andrew.
I thought communication was also really on point this week, with everyone kind of having some difference of opinions of how buttons or how something would look, or also just helping each other through like other things. I thought that was really well on Slack, and just all of us working together to get it wrapped up. I think we went above and beyond of what was actually requested and required of us for this week and for design, and we really pulled it together.
100. Andrew.
Yeah, it's just really fun. I mean, Alejandro's heard me say this a bunch of times at work, but it's great when the team is so self-directed. So, you all just kind of took it and ran with it. And I think that was just, it's fantastic. It's really amazing.
Alejandro.
Right.
Here.
Let's see. Yeah. So I say this again. It was a jaw-dropping demo. I wasn't expecting that 100%, and it was amazing.
Yep.
So, fantastic work. And also, you're a completely different person from 8 weeks ago. Like, your communication skills are way better. Your code is way better, like everything. So, yeah, you're ready for roll, I guess. That's how you say it, I think.
You're so
anyways,
ready.
yeah, you're so ready for a professional like job in the development world. So I'm so proud of you.
Awesome.
So good. Okay. What prevented us from making progress, or what could we do better as we go out into the world? Maybe I should have reworded this for the last step. Retro. Anyway, okay, we'll start with Ethan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did I write? I probably didn't really do it. Answer this question as in going out into the world. It was more just this last week or the Collab Lab in general. I was kind of trying to think of stuff. I didn't have a lot. Since everyone was just working on tests up until 5 o'clock, probably tests were the most prescient thing on my mind. I think you guys already are starting to have an idea of how you want to present the idea of testing to the next cohort, and maybe it'll be a little different. And that might smooth out the process some, just so they know exactly how important it is and how much time they should spend and that kind of thing. I didn't have a 2, just kind of thinking. 3, I would make sure that all the new groups know that they need to not only spend 5 or however many hours a week working on this, but they need to coordinate schedules with other people to do multiple calls throughout the week. And I think it's awesome that worked out well for us this time, and I have no doubt the other groups can pull that together as well. But it's definitely raise the complexity of the project, just trying to figure out, okay, well, when is this person going to be awake or available, and when am I going to be? Oh yeah, and then one uber specific thing, not really a project-wide thing at all. In the future, if we could go back and do it again, I would make sure that we didn't make too many changes to the general body, all H1s, all divs, all images, anything like that, because we ended up getting some contradictions that we managed to work through and figure it out. But we had stuff that affected every single view or every single time we used an H1. And if we could go back, we probably would just have more classes and less generic styling to those elements.
All good thoughts. Okay. Stacy, that's me. I don't have anything for necessarily what we could do better, but I would love to see you all like take your wikis and take this demo and take like anything you collected here and turn it into like portfolio and blog material, because this is like gold. Like this would look really freaking good if you could like publish it and get it out there for yourselves. Because now you've got these like beautiful like wikis that have details about how to do technical things, and you have pull requests to pair with those, and like teamwork experiences to like weave into the whole thing. And it's like, it's beautiful content for interviewing and applying for things. So gold mine, get it. Okay.
Nice.
On to some more real stuff. Claudia.
Can I say one thing before Claudia, before you go? So on what you were saying, Stacy, I don't know if you all have seen Nikima, who's in the next cohort, TCL 3, has been blogging on dev.to daily about her experience. And sometimes they're really short and stuff, but she's just in a cadence of just like, she's gonna, whatever happened that day, whatever she learned, whatever came up, she just kind of writes it down and publishes it. And it's great. I mean, it's, we're obviously like amplifying it and stuff kind of so that people get to know us. But I think for her, it's really cool for me to see what she's taking away from these interactions and stuff too. But that stuff is all will like feed, like an employer or hiring manager will see that stuff and be like, oh, this person's really thoughtful and they're like, they take this seriously, So yeah, like Stacey said, blog about this stuff.
So good. Okay, Claudia.
I've already said these two things before, but I didn't have anything else to say. So just feedback for the mentors, I'd say just being more detailed with the AC descriptions sometimes, I don't know, and then breaking up the ACs in a way that one team does not have much more to do than the other. And that's it.
Cool. Mindy.
Yeah.
Let me find you. Sorry. So sorry. Wrong way.
There we go. I was sad that we never got through all the accessibility issues because I really wanted to go in and fix those, and I probably still will.
Yes. Totally can.
And then I think in general, our testing philosophy was, we never really figured it out, I think. And that was, there's definitely like when I was in it today, I'm like, I think I would restructure this differently if I were starting over and doing it differently. Of course, we all have our own things that we probably would change differently. But I think there's just something that we could do to restructure some of those tests and like focus on specific, how are we testing and why are we testing and where is that coming from and how does that show up and all of that sort of thing. And then talking about design preferences in particular, I feel like has been hard for me this week because it's an opinion. I mean, so much of design stuff is, this is what I think looks good. And like, I can usually I'm more okay with giving feedback or my opinion on something if I have stuff to back it up. Like, oh, I think this because of this. Whereas with design stuff, I'm like, I think it looks better. Like there's no concrete reason. And I think that's something that's going to be, I mean, honestly though, even just in general, talking about my opinions in figuring out why something should be done the way it should be done is going to be hard for me in like the professional world, just because I do tend to keep it to myself a little bit more often and feel like I'm causing conflict if I bring up my opinion, which isn't true. That's just bringing up your opinion. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be something I think that's going to be hard for me in the future, going out into the world.
Very good. Okay. Michelle is next. Maybe on mute?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
The tests, obviously, what we've all talked about. I think because that it was like tests. Oh, make sure you write tests for every AC. We all kind of got a little nitty gritty on things to make sure that things were actually getting tested. And I think that's why things kept breaking. Because it was like, let's make sure this back button is here and items like that. So I think it got a little too granular. And since we waited to do design till the last, I think it tripped us up a lot. So that's kind of really all. All my other feedback, I feel like I gave over Slack a couple weeks ago or last week, whatever.
Great. You'll be getting a survey where you can give even more. Okay, Andrew.
I didn't have anything in this column, although I managed to hijack your thing.
Ale.
Yeah, the cohort is over. I don't like that.
We're going to need to fix that going forward.
That's on the
Cohort 2 too.
So good. Okay, then it looks like you all wrote things. I'm so happy about that here. Okay. Let's do it. Let's talk about what's next for you, starting with our friend Ethan.
what's next for me? I'm gonna have a whole bunch more free time that I didn't have for 2 months. So I'm gonna finish a webcomic, finish my website, write a retro/blog post about all this, and then put it and other projects up on my website. I think I want to make a Flask website for the Portland Python Pirates, which is the other meetup that I go to a lot, and they're looking for a new website. Maybe give up coding and move off the grid and farm microgreens, or get a web dev job, or both. Maybe both.
Yeah, work remotely. You can do both.
Yeah, and
You
farm
can have it
microgreens.
all.
Mhm. That's my complete plan. That's like the next month. I'm expecting.
Oh,
to do
okay.
that.
Yeah. Okay. You keep us posted.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds intense.
Mhm.
Stacy, I'm not on here. What's next for me? I'll probably like tweet a lot of things and do more of the
Never.
same. Lots of gifs and emojis about things. Claudia, you're probably doing more exciting things than me.
Yeah, I just changed my mind and I'm just gonna go to grow the microgreens.
I feel you.
Sounds good. Yeah.
The comforting idea, right?
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be sending out hundreds of applications for dev jobs and going to meetups and things to stay connected with the community. Keep making more apps and brag about the one we just made and keep learning.
So good. Solid plan. Okay, Mindy.
Yeah. Starting new jobs. That's exciting. I also have a project at my current job that is using Python and Flask that I started working on and getting paid for. So that's fun. I still need to finish launch school, which is my coding school. Haven't finished that yet. That's on my list. And then I have a weird situation where there's a potential for a different job that I kind of want better and more, and trying to figure out, just navigate that and what to do with it.
That's
Make
awesome.
them compete over you. Tell
Yeah.
the first one what the
Sort of.
second one wants to pay you, and then
So good.
Tell them your name. Tell them you changed your name to Claudia.
Yeah,
Oh, that's solid.
I'll go with it, Mindy.
You totally could recommend somebody to if you don't end up
That's
taking
true. Yeah.
this first
True.
one, be like, I do have somebody who could be a really good fit.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
It's actually,
All right.
yeah, it's a weird situation. Anyway.
Sounds like you've got a lot of opportunity, which is always a good thing. So great work.
Thanks.
Michelle.
I was gonna tell you, y'all are lucky that I went to therapy the other day, or this answer would have been a lot different. So, honestly, the same things everyone was saying was definitely interview and like put my resume and put this on my resume and put that and update everything. But more like specifically, I have an old project I did in React, like a Kanban, and I've been wanting to implement like a drag and drop, but I did it back when it was like Redux before hooks was a thing. So I kind of want to redo that project because I've been having problems with the drag and drop and try and do it with hooks instead of Redux. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking about currently.
Nice. Cool.
Andrew knows drag and drop.
Yeah, I've done some.
I'm trying to do it without using like a
Hassle.
library. I'm trying to just like implement it on my own.
Oh,
So
Godspeed. Yeah.
That's
It's
impressive.
hard.
Intimidating.
Although the library I found was based on Redux, which I'm not a fan of Redux generally,
Oh,
so it was just
God.
as complicated and convoluted and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was having problems with. Like, but working through this, like through Collab Lab, about hooks, I'm like, God, Redux is a mess. Like, hooks is so helpful.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, Andrew, what are you doing next?
Well, just wanted to say that you all are a big reason why Collab Lab is kind of off to this great start. If you haven't read it already, that we put out our first blog post on dev.to, and in there we talk about the things we've kind of got, that we've accomplished over the last 6 months, but then also what our plans are for the coming year. So I really hope that you all stay in touch with us, and at some point, we'd love all of you to come back and be mentors. And anyway, yeah, there's a lot of kind of exciting stuff ahead. So have a look at the blog post and let us know.
Nice.
So good.
Will
So
do.
much good stuff coming.
Mhm.
Ale, are you on here? You are.
Yes.
You are.
So let's see, for the next 6 months. So I want to make a React conference a success. I've been working so hard on that in my free time, and yeah, I know it's going to be amazing.
Do y'all know
Also,
what he's? Do you all know what he's doing?
I remember there was mentioned briefly last week because I mean, Stacy, are you going to speak at it?
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wave my arms about.
So
You have to
our
fly there.
conference, our conference. Yeah, you should come. Our conference is the first React conference in Spanish in America, so that's a big thing.
Awesome.
But it doesn't matter like if you speak English, because we will have translation like for non-Spanish speakers and vice versa. So you should come if you want. You should. We're going to have Stacy. I mean, you should come.
You should come.
Yeah.
It'll be so good.
Also, I'm getting married in March, and I'm trying to start with technical blogging again. Let's see how it goes. That's my stretch goal for this year. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All of those things are amazing things.
Thank you.
Everybody's doing such amazing things. I'm so proud of you all. You're all such gems.
It's true.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know how to. I'm not good at goodbye, so I'm probably just gonna hang up. I'm kidding. No, but this is really hard. I feel like we've spent a really significant chunk of our lives here, and it just feels really good. I feel like we've built such a good team.
And watch your inboxes for the survey. That's one thing.
I mean, check in on your inbox. You don't have to just monitor it constantly, but something will be coming.
Yeah. Watch it. Watch right now.
I have one thing. You should definitely go to community events like meetups and all that. Like, for me, that has been a great way to improve my career and to know like super interesting people and find job opportunities. And if you are part of a community, it will give you visibility in the job like field, if that makes sense. So don't do it because of that, but that is a consequence. So spend time on the community and share what you know. Like, as a meetup organizer, we appreciate that someone just put a talk, it doesn't matter if it is something like really basic in quotes, if you just say like, I want to speak about prop types or hooks or whatever, I bet that they will tell you that you should talk next month or something. So please do it, and it would help you a lot with your confidence, because it's like public speaking is difficult, but once you start, it's like you start to evolve. And I see myself like, for example, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I don't know, it was really difficult for me to speak in public. So now it is difficult, but it's not that difficult. So just give back to the community. It is amazing.
On that same note, like not just going to meetups and stuff, but if you like really want to be active in the dev community, get on Twitter and tweet all the time. Like sometimes I'll have a question about something I'm working on at work, like in Redux or React, and I'll just tweet it first and get 100 replies that I can like dig through first before, and then like, I know what I'm doing, obviously. I didn't just tweet, but now I've got like the maintainer of Redux as my buddy, and we've paired together. And so like you get like access to all these people who like really know what they're doing, and they're just like right there and they're ready to help you. So why not go ask your questions? People love telling you what they know. So good. Twitter. I've gotten every job I've ever had on Twitter, basically, including one work doing development for the Modern Art Museum of Chicago.
Ooh,
which is pretty cool.
Twitter was how I found out about Collab Lab.
Yeah.
How about that?
Twitter's
and
so good.
meetups. That's how Ethan and Claudia found out about it.
Twitter's how I know Andrew.
It's true. Yep.
It's all connected.
Best place on earth.
the great circle of life.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
We lost Michelle. Got a man down. Yeah.
This is
Yep.
kind of how I'm hoping it'll end. Is this? I'll just keep
People
talking
just drop
until
off.
everybody
Hanging
leaves.
out. Yeah,
And
that'd
you're
be great.
talking to
That's
yourself.
one way to avoid a goodbye.
Yeah,
Do
it's usually what I
an
do.
hour. An hour, it'll just be Claudia and Mindy working on a test, and
Me doing more of this.
So what time do you want to meet tomorrow, Mindy?
Cool.
Also,
Nice.
I totally appreciate that y'all want to get these tests worked out and stuff, but Collab Lab is over. So if it doesn't happen, it's totally fine. No pressure.
what
Totally fine.
what is the status of? So there's the Git, all the wikis. There's the YouTube channel with the videos. There's the Netlify. Is all of that just up? Is any of it going to be down? Is the Firebase going to come down to make room later?
Firebase may. I actually had to, for TCL 3, I had to extend the period that it could be that their security, it's kind of open to the world. Unfortunately, hopefully no one's listening to this video, but for theirs I actually had to extend the time, and theirs is going to go away in July or something. I think maybe that's a new thing that Google's doing, because I haven't gotten the same notice for yours, but there's potential that Google could say you can't have these open forever, you need to set a time limit on it. You could spin up your own Firebase database and just change the config, and you'd be back up and running. So
cool.
If you wanted to kind of keep the app running,
or like Stacy was saying, just get Loom or whatever and make some kind of videos of it, showing it off and stuff, and then have that to stick in the portfolio. And then the wikis and the YouTube videos will just be up and probably up forever.
Yeah, that stuff will always be there. One last thing is the Netlify hosting. I will, as long as I can, I'll just keep it up and running. I don't know if there's some limit we're going to run into later, but if that does happen, I'll notify everybody. So
cool.
Yeah. So you could also just take it and make your own clone copy of it, put it with your own, your own Firebase, your own Netlify, and just have your own app that you can continue doing things with. And
nice.
And actually use. I mean, this is an app that I have used, at different times, and it actually works. So
yeah, man.
And yours looks amazing. So
it looks dope.
Yep.
Okay. On that note,
Cool.
we won't keep you any longer.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you say you want to take a picture of everyone or something?
Oh my God, I did, and then we lost one. That's all right.
I just mentioned we lost one. Oh yeah.
It's all right.
Okay.
We have a picture of all of us already.
Yeah, you can just Photoshop us all together like we're having fun in the same room.
We can do a screen grab from earlier in the call.
Oh yeah, great point. Where most people are and Andrew looks good. He's I found
oh yeah, as long as I have a smile on my face, and I take it. I don't care. I'm gonna look at you.
Oh, nice. That's how that works. Cute.
Thank you all. Great job
Thank you
over the last
so
8
much.
weeks.
Thanks a lot.
Oh,
Coach.
good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Take care.
See you
you
around.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.